Hello, good morning, children, everyone. Hopefully, you are doing well. Today, this is your social science teacher in front of you to teach you about some important questions from your chapter number 4, that is Agriculture, class 10th. And in this video, I will tell you some differences questions based upon differences like primitive, intensive, subsistence farming, commercial farming, and commercial and agricultural, and some geographical conditions for wheat, rabi, and kharif, wheat, rice. Such type of 5 to 6 important question I am going to give you. Children, take care that you have to note down these questions on your portfolio. It is work for your portfolio. Very important questions from the examination point of view, and you have to understand the theme properly. So let us start. Already, although we have done this in when I taught you this chapter, but I thought that it is important once again you have to a view of these questions once again. I'm going to tell you about the difference between primitive subsistence farming and intensive subsistence farming. First point is there, primitive. This type of farming is done on very small patches of land. Primitive, like old techniques and methods, and such type is farming is adopted by the farmers who have very small patches of land. And intensive subsistence farming, on the other hand, it is practiced by land holdings are comparatively bigger. Big farmers, big landholders are there. So that is the major difference based upon size of the land, size of land holdings. And now our second point is there, primitive tools. If we see that there is small piece of land, it ultimately need very limited tools like hoe, dow, digging. Stakes are used for the cultivation. But on the other hand, modern agricultural inputs like chemical fertilizers, HYV seeds, that stands for high yielding variety of seeds, machines are used wherever suitable on the large fielding, comparatively bigger fields that are used in intensive subsistence farming. In small heading, you may write that based upon tools. In primitive subsistence farming, tools are used in a limited number, and limited mean to say old technique, and in this we use new technique, new modern technique. And third point is of the difference is that this agriculture is dependent on rainfall and natural fertility of soil. Mean to say it is monsoon type of agriculture, because farmers don't have availability of large irrigation facilities, no? And don't have artificial fertilizers and pesticides. That's why, on the other hand, oppositely, intensive subsistence farming, means of irrigation like tubewells, motors, canals are used, and soil fertility is also increased by the use of fertilizers. You may see that for this HYV seeds and modern techniques were used during Green Revolution, and for how much the production yielding has been increased over the years. In this way, this is the major differences between primitive subsistence farming and intensive subsistence farming. Now my next question is regarding two type of cropping patterns. Cropping patterns are there, that is Rabi and Kharif. Rabi and Kharif cropping pattern are there in India based upon different climate, physiographic conditions. So in some words it can be said that you have to analyze Rabi, Kharif and Kharif crops, right? We can take different type of parameters to make differences between the both. I have given first heading parameter, second Kharif and third is Rabi. First parameter is sowing of seeds. Sowing of seeds means to say sowing period. Kharif, it is onset of monsoon, means to say starting of monsoon, June, July, nowadays, whatsoever time is going on. In this time period, Kharif crops are grown and Rabi crops are grown October, December on the onset of winter, mean to say starting of the winter. This is this Rabi crops are grown. And then harvesting period, second point is harvesting period, and whatsoever harvested in June, July, that is harvested in September, October. Kharif crops are harvested in September, October, and Rabi crops that are shown on October, December, that are harvested on the starting of April and June. Starting of April and June, mean to say start of summer. Then third parameter is water requirement. Water requirement is the major requirement for the growing of crops, their development, their growth, harvesting. So June, July, whatsoever crops are grown in the month of June and July, Kharif crops need high rainfall or better irrigation. High rainfall or better irrigation. But Rabi Kharif crops are needed less compared to Kharif crops. Are needed less as compared to Kharif crops. Then our next third point is reasons where these crops are grown, mean to say areas. All the regions of the country, Kharif crop is grown almost all, because there is a circulation of season in India. Sometime some part of India having rainfall season, other side it is winter, and if one side winter, other side it is summer, and that type of rainfall, and accordingly these are rotationally, no, not rotationally, we can say simultaneously everywhere it is grown in the different parts of the world. That is Kharif crop, mean to say it is widespread crops in India. On the other hand, northern and northern west parts of India, that is only Rabi crop is grown over there. And then name of the crops. In Kharif we take paddy, maize, jawar, bajra, cotton, jute, groundnut, etc. Whereas in Rabi crops we see that wheat, barley, peas, gram and mustard. Wheat, barley, peas, gram and mustard, these are grown in the Rabi crop region, October and December, and harvested in April and those. In this way, my next question is about your geographical conditions for wheat and rice. You have read in our previous videos also that wheat and rice almost nearby areas it is grown. If I take example from Punjab, Haryana, both the crops are grown over there. But where it is most abundance is found, that is somewhat different. So I have given geographical conditions. Then I have taken rice and wheat. First point is that 5 major states where these crops are grown. Second heading I have taken that soil. This is first one, its second one, and third heading I have taken climatic condition, and fourth I have taken rainfall. Right? So in this way, first 5 states producing rice. Yes, dear student, you have to take care whatsoever name I am taking first, where it is the most it is found most, and that area you have to learn about your map work. Okay, major areas of rice and wheat. If I say major area of rice, that is West Bengal, right? If I say major area of wheat, that is UP. Although Punjab and Haryana is there, but UP is the major, right? So for rice, I am going to tell you 5 states. Number 1, West Bengal. Number 2, Andhra Pradesh. Number 3, Uttar Pradesh. Number 4, Punjab. And number 5, Odisha. And then for wheat, Ganga Satluj plan of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, some area of Rajasthan and some area of Madhya Pradesh. Wheat is grown here also. So in this way, these are the states growing. Then I'm going to tell you about the soil. What type of soil is needed for a particularly rice? Clay or clay loamy, good water retention capacity. You know that water retention capacity is very important for the crop of paddy, that is rice. You may have seen in our neighboring states that water is to be kept standing over there for many days, even for months in the beginning. Then this crop starts its growth, then time to time irrigation is abundance needed. Then for wheat, standing water is not needed there, right? Where that type of soil, well drained fertile soil, जहाँ से पानी खड़ा ना रहे, निकलता रहे. Heavy textured soil with the lime, clay, loamy soil or black soil. So in this way, climatic conditions above 25 degrees centigrade, and third point, and for above 25 degrees centigrade for rice, and for wheat in the time of sowing season it is only 10 degree to 15 degree, and during growth also same time, but at the harvesting time it needs properly sunshine, so that there whatsoever juice, whatsoever pulp is there in the seeds, in wheat seeds, that can grow properly, that can be prepared with the help of sun heat, that should needed up to 25 degrees centigrade to 28 degrees centigrade at the time of ripening. So in this way, our next question is very important: intensive subsistence farming and commercial farming. Intensive subsistence farming, as earlier we have discussed about it, the land holdings are comparatively bigger, right? Intensive में bigger होती हैं, and regarding that, second point is like that modern agricultural inputs like chemical fertilizers, HYV seeds, wherever it is suitable, these are used, and even for these are used, HYV seeds are used for fodder, because fodder is needed in bulk for the animals, and there is a variety in those seeds that once this fodder is cut and harvested, once again it starts flourishing from the same roots, दोबारा उग जाता है, रिप्लेनिश हो जाता है. तो पहले ऐसा नहीं था, एक बार काट लेते थे तो इतने में दूसरा फील्ड रेडी होना चाहिए था, तो अब इसमें ऐसा नहीं है, ड्यू टू द हेल्प ऑफ दिस HYV seeds. Means of irrigations in intensive subsistence farming, as earlier I have mentioned, tubewells, motors, canals are used, and soil fertility, different type of fertilizers are also used, right? So it has some, we can say, some drawback also, but we have to do according to fulfill the needs of the increased population. Then our next is comparatively is there, we have to take commercial farming. Commercial farming is there, as it is clear from the name, it is used for commercial use only, agricultural practice on large scale by using modern technology to earn good income from agriculture. Second Large holdings are there, use of high levels of inputs, high yielding variety of seeds are also there. High yielding variety of seeds are also there used. Then large holdings are there, chemical fertilizer means it is larger than intensive subsistence farming. And crops are here, rubber, tea, coffee, sugarcane, that are majorly for the commercial farming, right? The amount of commercialization farming varies from one state to another state depending upon the climatic conditions, irrigation facilities and other factors. So in this way, dear students, today I have taught you very important questions based upon differences. You have to note down it for your portfolio as well as you have to learn for your examination point of view. Thank you. Bye students. Take care. Keep on studying. Keep on writing. Start depositing your notebooks as well.